Damn it, I missed it. I missed it again. They have a sound tooth. Oh. Hey there, and welcome to the demo for Melodies Episode 1 by Uncle Element over on GameJolt. Now, this is yet again one of those games I've been following for a good time now. I don't really remember when I first saw this game show up on my feed. From what I'm seeing here, some of the first posts that I've liked are from 2022, so 4 years now keeping an eye on this game, and now we get to see a demo on it, which I'm pretty excited. Given that this game is made by one person, that is pretty impressive. I'm like, based on everything I've seen so far, I am excited. With that said, we just gotta hop right in. I'm curious to see how this game's gonna go. Difficulties. Okay. So, from what I understand, the demo isn't gonna have office gameplay. I think let me take a look real quick at the GameJolt page, because I think they mentioned a post-shift section specifically, or I might be misconstruing things. Oh, here we go. The demo includes the minigame that takes place before Night 2 and a little surprise after it. Office gameplay isn't included. It's just a short demo so you guys can see that yes, this game does exist. So this should be interesting. Okay. So we have easy difficulty. Bonnie takes this time to notice you. Skill checks are really slow. This experience is recommended for those who just want to experience the game as a story, especially in the full release. Whereas medium difficulty, reasonable. Obviously going for the balance experience. Hard mode, you know, that's where we really start testing things. This is the recommended experience. Okay, and then Nightmare. You must beat the game at least once to play this difficulty. It's unfair. Bonnie is a nightmare. Are you willing to beat the challenge? Okay, let's see how we do on hard mode then. Let's see. Okay. I am curious about how this game's gonna go, given that it's an episodic release by the looks of it.
The stun gun should be somewhere inside of these drawers.
Let's see. Okay, so I'm searching for things in the drawers. How do I look away from down here? Or do I just have to search these? Oh god, it really is. This is a skill check. It'll randomly pop up. Yeah, I know what a skill check is. I've played Dead by Daylight. I didn't expect it with the drawers. If the dial lands on the outside area, you'll make a lot of unnecessary noise. If the dial lands on the inside of the area, noise will be greatly reduced, but not zero. Only if it's in the little white area will it make no noise. Got it. Okay. Oh, so they're just hiding behind the counter? That's nice. Oh, hell no. Hey there, Bonnie. Bonnie has been alerted by the noise. Bonnie will notice the noise you make around the room, like opening drawers or failing skill checks. He's focused on the direction of the sound and will notice your breath. You're currently holding it, using your hand to cover your mouth, but it won't last forever. If you run out of air, you'll start grasping for it, completely revealing your presence to Bonnie. Bonnie is almost completely blind, but will notice the glimmer in your eyes if you open them. You can open them slightly using the mouse wheel or the keyboard arrows. You can have them completely closed, almost closed, halfway closed, almost open, and completely open. So basically 5 stages. The more open your eyes are, the more you'll see, but Bonnie will also notice you far more easily. The closer you look at his face, the more likely he is to see you too. You need to periodically open your eyes to check if Bonnie's lost his focus. If he's not looking directly at you, then you are good to go and can use space to remove the hand from your mouth and breathe again. If you are running out of air and Bonnie is persistent on looking at you, you can grab a little by pressing E. Jesus, okay. Be careful though. You must make sure you're looking as far away from him as possible in order to minimize your sound. If you look at his face by accident, close your eyes and pray he didn't notice you. Bonnie will move around the room. Be careful where you look towards. Good luck. Jesus, I did not mean to. I pressed E. Okay, I get the idea now. So he's just gonna constantly stand there. Okay, I gotta be ready for the skill checks. There we go. See, I just had to, I didn't know this was when we're gonna do them. Oh, it made noise. It is a little bit of noise, but it's still noise. It is kind of daunting just having him sit there. Wait, what am I searching for again? Oh, god damn it. Can I just like toss something off to the right? Honestly, I don't think this is a case where I look up and then he's instantly turning. I think he's gonna like literally probably like physically move and like we'll see him. Come on, hurry up, hurry up. Okay. Empty. So I got unlucky there. Damn it, I missed it. I missed it again. No, no, look away from his face. Oh, this is kind of nonsense. No. They have a sound tooth. Oh, that is cheeky work. That is cheeky work. The way they just dart around like that. Oh,
get up on stage! It's your time to perform!
Okay. Let me try that again then. Okay, that's actually kind of tough, honestly. I can see what they mean. It's like, you have to be very careful. Oh my god, I almost made a lot of noise. God damn, I wasn't expecting to be that close. Okay, so that's I was gonna look up, but I was gonna look up, but I didn't let go in time. So wait, so is it just a matter of like, if I just miss a skill check, I'm pretty much done, right? That's what it looks like, because so far, every time I failed even one, or maybe because it's hard difficulty, you only get a chance to miss one. Or you can't miss one. I can't believe I got away with that. This time just keep my eyes closed. This clown, he sits there for ages. So you have to. So realistically, you want to check after each skill check. If you make any noise, you want to check after a skill check, or you want to look up after a skill check to make sure he's not looking. Please hurry up. Please, no more skill checks. Oh my god, how did I get through that without them even noticing once? I mean, I was digging through all that for this. What is that, little taser gun? What do you do with that mask, Bonnie? I guess that is interesting. I mean, the game referred to that as just Bonnie, not Spring Bonnie or anything. You okay? Little existential crisis going on? You having over there? Slowly does it, yeah. Oh. It's over. It's over. It made noise. Toss something, quickly. I mean, you're supposed to close your eyes too, you know. Just saying. No way, you almost... Huh. It's crying. I will say, I don't think I've seen any game show like actual like blood tracks coming from the mouse like that. That's a bit of a first. I guess like demonstrates like actual tears or something. Huh. At least, right? I don't think I have seen anything of that. That's interesting. Well, there you go. Okay. Okay, so I figured, before we hop in and try Nightmare, I want to go through a little bit of the story for the demo. Melodies Episode 1 is a narrative-focused game with a character-driven story. 1983, Illinois, Naperville. You play as Jeremy Fitzgerald, a man who was brought to this place by a gut feeling. He's running away from something. He's alone and depressed. He finds a job to pay the bills. A job as a night guard at an interesting restaurant, Fredbear's Family Diner. It's been all over the news. A kid was celebrating his birthday when the main attraction, a 7-foot animatronic, bit his head, resulting in his death and 3 other kids running away into the nearby woods, going missing in the process. It's creepy. It's sad. But Jeremy can't get it out of his head. There's something about that place that attracts him like a magnet. He takes the job. Watch the cameras, fix the animatronics, seems simple enough. But as the nights progress, the reality starts to set in. The animatronics move. They come towards the office and try to attack. The mystery of the missing children deepens and expands as Jeremy delves deeper and deeper, and the past of our protagonist is brought up, revealing his connection to the diner and to the recent events may be much bigger than it first seemed. There is no remnant, no sci-fi, no spring locks. Melodies is a paranormal story with hints of surrealism. The focus is placed on the victims and on the character of Jeremy. This is their story. This fangame has no relation to official or unofficial storylines. It exists on its own universe with its own set of rules and characterization. Quote, "They deserve an angel, but all they got is me." Jeremy Fitzgerald. Very interesting. So this is pretty much trying to do its own thing. Like they said, set up its own world here with these characters. Very curious to see how that goes. Now, I think the only thing that I am curious about is when they say episode 1, what do they mean exactly? Like, isn't an episodic release like what you would expect from for example, Dispatch or Telltale games? Like the fact that it's like a part 1. Or I guess, like, to put into FNAF fan game terms, is it episode 1 in the same way that Virus J had its episode 1 come out quite a while ago now? Is it that kind of episode 1? Because obviously when you hear like episodic releases, especially from projects like this that may only be like one person, it makes you wonder how frequent we can see episodes. I use Virus J Total Madness as an example because it's pretty much the only game I'm aware of that has episodic releases. In the instance of Virus J, right, May 2024 is when the first chapter came out. It seems like it entered in production last year in May, so who knows if we'll see chapter 2 this year. But my main concern is whether there'll be a huge gap in episodes. Again, assuming that Melodies episode 1 is not just the name of the game and, is going for an episodic, part by part release. Basically, if I play episode 1, is it going to end on a cliffhanger and then we have to wait to see episode 2 for Jeremy's story or whatnot? That's, I guess, my main concern, because obviously projects like that are split up like that can be, at least from what I've seen, pretty taxing and can take a lot of time. I'm just curious, especially considering how long episode 1's been in development, how is it going to go going forward, I guess. I'm not sure if the developer answered questions like that, but it's just something that I'm curious about. If this does end up just being a full-fledged game on its own and it's just called episode 1, maybe because it's gonna set up episode 1 is the story of Jeremy and then episode 2 is the story of someone else, that is something I could get behind a lot more, because that makes it more of an anthology of sorts. Again, I don't know if it's gonna go anywhere near that direction, but I guess, again, the main concern is just whether they're gonna have it be this is chapter 1 of the game, then chapter 2. Because I don't know, sometimes I'm not really the biggest fan of those kinds of releases, at least from prior experience, because mainly it has to do with the weird disconnect that can exist between chapters. We kind of see this with Poppy Playtime, I guess most famously, really. And I don't know, I just, I would rather not see that happen to a game like this, especially if it's developed by one person. But regardless, I am hoping the best and hope that development goes smoothly, because so far I'm pretty interested in seeing where this is gonna go. You know what I mean? Obviously, the idea that there's three missing children in 1983 as a result of the 1983 bite is pretty interesting. I'm curious to see where it's all gonna go, especially since they've already said that this is gonna be a story that's grounded in the paranormal. That makes me very interested. So, I just want to at least talk a bit about that before we hop back into Nightmare, because it seems like you can actually beat hard mode without encountering Bonnie once. I mean, hey, I got really lucky there. It's probably not gonna happen this time around, but one can try. I assume that no matter what, as long as I don't make noise, theoretically, you can beat this without Spring Bonnie ever noticing. Oh my god, I actually got perfect this time. That's one drawer down. He hasn't attacked, which makes me very suspicious. Didn't make any noise there, but I don't know. I don't like this. I hate it when it seems too easy. Alright, I'm on the last drawer, and they haven't attacked at all, which makes me suspicious that I might have my game might be a bit bugged, because I have they went as far as to say that this difficulty is straight up unfair. Then I have a hard time believing that I can get away with this many mistakes without them even turning around. Yeah, there's no shot. There's no shot. There's no way I got away with all that on Nightmare difficulty. I think my game might be bugged. Alright, I actually ended up just quitting out of the game there. Let's try Nightmare again. The skill checks definitely felt a lot more aggressive, but Spring Bonnie wasn't doing anything. So let's see. Oh, Jesus Christ. That scared the hell out of me. I was so convinced that something was off. I was so convinced.
Don't worry.
That the
She'll
game
put you back together.
She'll. Okay, so you got multiple quotes. But I was so convinced that they were broken that I was just confidently I was not looking up anymore. So, was I just that... Am I just that good? Am I I don't know. I don't believe it. I beat it again. Maybe, I think in general, okay. I think in general, I don't know if that is so weird, because I swear to God, Bonnie was way more aggressive on, some iterations of hard there. I don't know if I'm just getting blessed by RNG right now. I don't know what's going on. But that's 2 times now I got away on Nightmare difficulty. I will say this part is ironically a little inconsistent, just because they made sure to heavily emphasize the fact that I need to keep my eyes shut, and here they're just looking at me and everything. They don't care that my eyes are wide open. Here's where I'm looking at the body mask. So, I mean, obviously you listed a strong emotional response there. Is it because of, happy memories once, long past, or a painful memory? Or hell, it could be both for all I know. You know what also I realized here? According to this, Bonnie will notice you even opening the drawer in the first place. So it's not just about failing skill checks. Technically speaking, whenever I open a drawer, I put myself at risk. Again, this is a demo, but I figured I'd just test out the waters there with that. difficulty wise it is a little weird just because it feels like I'm not getting penalized for making a little bit of noise like at all, right? Again, I got through hard nightmare twice now without Bonnie moving at all. I got through hard mode, no movement at all. So I think in general it definitely needs to be tuned a little bit differently whenever you make a little noise, because right now Bonnie is just, they probably hear that little bit of noise and just don't care, as far as I'm seeing here so far. But regardless, wishing the best with regards to the rest of the game's development. Curious to see how it's going to turn out. Of course, with that said, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, hit that notification bell to keep up to date on future videos. The game will be in the description below as always, and with that said, I'll see you in another video. Take care.